So I'm here for another interview with my friend Sarah Smith Sargent. Now, Sarah Smith Sargent, you are a yoga lady, but I'm going to let you explain to everybody what you do and what your job is and what have you, because I'll get it wrong. Okay, so go for it.
So I offer, so I have two strands. So I have Sarah Smith Sargent Yoga, which is basically yoga for birthing, for bump and beyond. So this is yoga for pregnant people, yoga to recover in the postnatal period that you can do with your babies.
Yeah.
But then I also run yoga for adults and specialise in a lot in hot yoga, but obviously that's not happening at the moment. Yeah. So basically vinyasa flow, yoga for fitness really as well. And then my other strand is yoga in schools. So a big thing for me is as an ex-teacher, an ex-secondary school teacher, my big thing really was just trying to bring more positive well-being into schools, and that's both for teachers and for students as well, because we're seeing such a rise in levels of anxiety, levels of stress. So through my other business, which is Breathe Education, that offers yoga and mindfulness training and sessions for students and teachers in schools.
Brilliant. I think that's I think with the yoga, this is my limited knowledge of. I did the postnatal yoga when I was having mobbing. I did that every week. Really liked it. And then I've tried, I think there's a variety of different types of yoga, isn't there? And that's what I get mixed up with. I'm not sure what the difference is. And what the hell is hot yoga? You know, what is hot yoga and what's the theory behind it and stuff? Tell us a little bit about the different types of yoga and what is hot yoga? What is that?
Yeah. So, well, I mean, there are tons of different types of yoga. Like there's so many different branches of different types of yoga. But basically yoga is yoga. So the idea of yoga is we're kind of uniting. Yoga means to yoke, to like sort of to unite, to connect. So it's that connection between mind and body. So that's where yoga differs from perhaps another physical type of exercise, is that it's not just about the fitness side or the physical side. It's also about what you're doing in your mind and your body. So it's a bit more going inwards. So the main thing with yoga, and this is all types of yoga, so the thing that kind of connects all different types of yoga together is using your breath really to connect your mind and your body. So it's very much centered around what you're feeling in your body, maybe often moving with your breath or counting breaths, really focusing on your breath. And the idea around using your breath work when you're moving is that that's going to bring you into the present moment. So when you're in the present moment, you're noticing sensations or feelings, physical feelings and sensations that you might be having in your body. But also you're noticing what comes up emotionally and mentally as well. And we're just noticing, it's just paying attention so that then maybe you can hopefully, deal with those things, or you can, take some action as to deal with anything that might physically come up, or just observing with curiosity really what those things are. So that's the kind of the thing that sort of brings all different strands of yoga together. But the main type of yoga that I tend to teach is vinyasa yoga. So vinyasa yoga tends to be a little bit more flow type. So you kind of move maybe one movement to a breath. And because of that, it tends to be a little bit more physical. So it's very much strength building in the body. And where hot yoga comes in, so we practice in the heat, up to about 48 degrees heat. So you sweat, you're really, really sweating. I'm going to be quite cautious here with what I say about the benefits of hot yoga, because I'm not sure really how much scientific research has gone into it. But, but the theory around hot yoga is obviously you're sweating, so you're releasing toxins. You're sweating because you're working in the heat. It's obviously that little bit harder. So you're obviously, your heart rate's pumping that a little bit more again. So again, you get this bit more of a cardio as well to work out with it. But also as well, the main thing for me with hot yoga, which is why I really love hot yoga, is that because you are working in the heat and you're sweating, it's a little bit harder. You really have got to focus on your breath. So it really brings you into that present moment. You're not really thinking about other things because you're too busy thinking about your breath to kind of get through get through the posture, get through the practice. So that's what I really love about hot yoga, is it really brings you into that present moment. So then you can't be thinking about, panicking about what you're going to go to next, or worrying about where you've just come from before. It really brings you into that present moment. And I think that's been the biggest benefit for me, is then using those practices of focusing on your breath and just being in the present moment, to use that then off the mat in everyday life when things get a little stressful. It's like, okay, let's just take a few moments to just breathe, and notice.
Well, that's it. So in some ways, it's kind of like you're focusing on not dying in the heat. It's like if I don't focus on this, I suppose if we go in a sauna, that's a bit like going in a sauna for me, where I quite like going in a sauna, but give it like a few seconds and I'm like, I'm going to get out of here because I'm about to die. Whereas I'm not really going to die, probably, because I've not been in there long enough. If I stayed in there long enough, I'd die. Just no, but yeah.
But actually, if you think about it, if you can just breathe through it and just take a little bit longer in there, you get used to it, and it gets more bearable, more comfortable. And then each time you can probably go a little bit longer, or maybe go a little bit hotter in the sauna. But it is getting used to, just taking that moment. And also those little challenges as well are good, because it's, once you've achieved that little challenge of just going that little bit longer or doing that little bit more, then you get that little sense of achievement. Oh, do you know what? I can do a little bit more next time.
Yeah.
So I think, that's it. Yeah, that's definitely one of some of the good points about hot yoga. But obviously we're not practicing any hot yoga at the moment because we can't get in a hot yoga studio. But you can still use all those same the benefits of yoga, is like that real sense of connection. I mean, the way that what yoga was, the movement that we see in yoga, the reason why that was brought about was like the ancient yogis were sitting in meditation positions for a long period of time, sometimes like months on end. So those ancient yogis were uncomfortable because they weren't flexible to sit in those comfortable positions. So the reason why like the movements came into it, where we do these physical movements, is what we now sort of view as yoga. That was so that they could be flexible, so that they could sit in long periods of stillness in meditation. Right. So without feeling uncomfortable or having pins and needles or aches and pains or whatever. So it's all about really sort of strengthening the body by working through what we call asana, which is the movements, but also strengthening the mind as a result of that, really, which is then where it becomes a practice that you can do out of the studio, off your mat, and into everyday life.
I think I tried, is it hatha yoga, where it's flows? It's another flowing type of yoga, the hatha, is it?
Hatha yoga is sort of like the underpins all the yoga, really. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think I did that for a period and I really liked it. Again, it was a period of time and then something made me stop going, and it wasn't me, it was some practicality with the gym that wasn't able to run a session that week, and then that got me out of the habit. But I really struggle, like you said, which is getting my mind concentrating on the meditation side of it. That's, as somebody who's done quite a lot of sport throughout my entire life, that's never been part of any of the sports. It's always like for ballet, for example, when I did ballet, it's all, you feel it, you feel the music and such like, but it's agony, a lot of it's agony. And what is graceful is also extremely painful, and plus it's incredibly strict and it's like telling you off and stuff like that. So we're not talking peaceful, we're talking technique and focus on tiny bits of technique. And again, I've kind of probably transferred that into my Thai boxing as well, which is like we've got the Waikri, which is a dance that they do at the beginning of a fight, and again that's supposed to get you in the headspace, into like almost a meditative state, but also like uber focused. So there is a link there in Thai boxing, but that's not something that I've ever been comfortable with. But with the hatha yoga, I don't know if it's because we're older or my abilities, I don't know, I've no idea, but I did actually find it super relaxing. Like it cleared my mind a little bit. I felt like I was able for that hour just to be doing the yoga. And when I left the yoga, I thought, oh yeah, I do feel quite clear of mind, and I really, really enjoyed that. And I don't know if that's something that I learned. I don't know if I was doing it properly. A lot of the time when I was doing the yoga, I'm thinking, am I doing this properly? Is this what they're thinking? Am I doing the breathing properly? And it's trying to work it out. And that's the thing that I kind of look around thinking, well, everybody seems quite chilled, and I'm not sure what's.
Well, that's the other thing that I really love about yoga is there is no wrong. There is no right or wrong.
Yeah.
So it's what you're feeling in your body at that time. And that is more important. Yeah, we might have some alignment cues, and we might cue things like to do things, bring your knee over your ankle and things like that, but that's more so that you're not overloading any joints or anything like that.
Yeah.
But there's really, you're not really going to hurt yourself doing yoga. I mean, if you're trying to do some mad twisty pretzel type shape, if you're not ready for that and you're forcing it.
Yeah.
But really, we shouldn't really be forcing anything in yoga. You're just working with what feels right for you in your body at that time when you're doing that particular practice.
Yeah.
So there's no right or wrong. So no one needs to come to yoga and go, everyone else is doing it different to me. Everyone's just doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And you do your own thing, unless it's unsafe, and then your teacher will tell you that. But it's very unlikely in a general yoga class that you're going to be doing anything that's unsafe.
Yeah.
So
how's you been working it in the lockdown then? Because obviously we've started doing these interviews to try and keep people motivated and inspired in any kind of way, physically and mentally, for mental and physical well-being. How have you been? I'm guessing yoga's quite transferable to an online setting, really. How have you found it? I guess you've been doing it online, I guess. And how have you found it? What are its pros and cons, for people?
It's been a real sort of getting out of the comfort zone, going online. Like, I have to say, it's one thing teaching a class in front of 30 people in a studio, but then actually doing it online has been a completely different story. But having said that, and kind of getting used to it now, I'm actually starting to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So luckily, you can do yoga anywhere, can't you? It can be something that you can do on your own as long as you've got a bit of a space. You can do yoga anywhere, which has been great for us. So all my sessions have now gone online. And obviously via Zoom, so the whole world's using Zoom now, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
All our sessions have gone online via Zoom. And actually what we found, so I've been teaching my pregnancy yoga, my postnatal yoga. I've been teaching that through my own site, so Sarah Smith Sargent Yoga. But my vinyasa, obviously we can't teach hot yoga now, but my other yoga we've been doing through the Mill Studios in Bolton. So the Mill Studios in Bolton, Tribe Hot Yoga in Pemberton, and the Hot Yoga Studio in Adlington are all the same group. So we as a collective group of teachers who teach in those three studios have come together to offer we've got some 47 classes now that run online each week. Different styles of yoga, some a little bit more strong and physical, to restorative yoga and Pilates as well, actually, and series of guided meditations as well. So we found that that's actually what's been really nice about that. Is at first we really, really nerve-wracking, and we're not sure, oh God, it obviously feels different, because coming to a studio you get that sense of being with other people, and that's really nice, and that's part of yoga as well, that sense of community. But what I found is what's happened, which I think has been a real positive, which in a way it's been better by being online, is that you've not got that not that worry of what other people are doing and thinking. I mean, as much as we in yoga particularly, we try to say, let go of your ego, don't worry what anybody else is thinking of you. But we're all human beings, aren't we?
It creeps in, doesn't it?
You do get conscious about, especially when you're trying something that might be a little bit difficult or a little bit new or out your comfort zone. So for me, a headstand, I can do a headstand, it's fine. I can do a headstand, no problem. But come to a studio doing a headstand and it makes me nervous. I kind of think, oh, what if I fall over or whatever. But things like that, we found when you're practicing at home, you don't have that pressure, because you don't have to have your camera on. You can still see the teacher without anybody seeing you. So you can have a real experiment about what you about in your own practice, and just have a little bit of fun with it as well. It should be fun. I think everything should be fun.
That's it.
Should it? So you can have a little bit of fun with it, and you know, and if you can't get your leg up above your head, who cares? It doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't matter in the studio either. But something in us, as human beings, sometimes hold us back on and make us feel conscious. But you don't get that online.
Yeah.
And if you want to sit off and rest and just watch for a bit, you can sit off and rest and watch for a bit.
Yeah.
It's all right, do you know what I mean? No one needs to know. But, you know, just doing a little bit of something is better than doing nothing, isn't it? So
definitely. And I'm trying to think, I've always said this as well, that I'm trying to think of a sport that yoga wouldn't be beneficial for. So, for example, I often say to my students, you know, do some yoga. We've talked about getting some yoga in the studio, which is still something I'd like to do, because again, it's core strength, flexibility, and again, you know, say if you're a fighter, if you can learn how to meditate and get yourself in that kind of calm headspace, that's as important as learning the skills. So, I mean, I can't think of a sport is there a sport, ballet dancers, again, it's the same thing, footballers. I can't think of a sport, whereas you don't want to be doing some sports don't really want to be doing at the same time, you know, whereas with yoga, it would seem to complement, if you're already doing another sport, yoga would seem to complement any other sport and be beneficial on a lot of different levels. Is there anything that I'm missing there, or is that about accurate?
I think it is accurate. I can't think of anything where it wouldn't complement, because the idea of yoga is that it's a whole body thing.
Yeah.
So what we found at the moment, it's been really good. Obviously, everyone's taken up running and cycling, haven't they?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You know, and you know, that yoga is amazing for that, because we do lots of work in the hips, lots of work in the hamstrings.
Yeah.
But also as well, but then your upper body gets neglected a bit, doesn't it, with those sorts of things?
Yeah.
But then we obviously do lots of upper body stuff as well. So, you know, where we do a vinyasa, which is basically, everyone's probably heard of a sun salutation, but that idea of sun salutation uses upper body strength as well, and core strength. So just in briefly, what is a sun salutation for anybody who doesn't know? Because they probably, I think I know what, because they definitely spoke about it in yoga, but I'm not 100% sure that I know what I'm talking about. Basically, a sun salutation is a good, like, sort of, we use it sometimes as a bit of it's a salute to the sun. So it's like, I think, although don't quote me on this, any other yogis watching this will be like, what's she on about?
Yeah.
It's something traditionally practiced first thing in the morning as the sun is rising, welcoming the sun, welcoming a new day.
Yeah.
But it's a lovely way of really moving with the breath. It's a great warm up. If you try and do like 10 sun salutations every day, your upper body strength and your core strength, or your whole body strength, will start to really.
What does a sun salutation consist of?
So basically, the sun salutation, there's different types of sun salutation, but they follow the same sort of idea. So we start in standing mountain pose, standing strong and still and tall like a mountain. So the idea there is that you're grounding down, you're rooting down through your feet, you're, just maybe observing the sensations in your body as you maybe start to engage parts of your body, like engage your legs, open your chest, maybe, stand taller so your spine lengthens, so you're working that flexibility and that strength into your spine. And then we start by then taking a lovely breath in. It tends to be every in breath takes us up towards the sky. And then out breath takes us down towards the earth. So we take a nice breath in, so then we're stretching all the way down the midline of the body, again, lengthening the side body and the spine as we reach up towards the sun. And then we forward fold to reach to the earth. So then you're getting a good stretch down the spine, down the back of the legs, a little bit into the hips. And then sometimes you can come straight back up and just kind of go, or then you can take it into a variation of a plank. That's when your upper body strength.
Yeah, that's right.
And then
so basically, sun salutation is like a warm up and a stretch for the rest of the session. Is that right, or is that?
Yeah, that's not the intention. It is. And we definitely use it as a warm up activity in yoga. Yeah. But actually, what it really is, it's a moving meditation.
Right.
So it's a really easy way of moving with your breath. So you're synchronizing one movement to one breath. So inhale, exhale, inhale. you know.
Yeah.
So, and when you're moving that, synchronizing that movement to breath, that's when you come back into that present moment. You're not thinking about anything else. You're thinking about just in that moment, just
Yeah.
that breath.
Which links in as well to the interview I did with Mark Lee on the like mental health and anxiety and coping strategies and OCD and all that. Being present, which means, like you said, appreciating exactly what's happening at that moment in time, not worrying about what's going to happen next or in the past, but appreciating the current situation. That kind of links in well for that. So I mean, as well as it being physically beneficial to probably everybody, because like you said, there's it's as hard as you want to make it for yourself, isn't it, or are able to make it. Mentally, it's got to be a positive thing for people to learn how to do. I mean, I believe you do family sessions as well, so you can train with your kids. Now that's something that I really like the idea of. When do you do those, Sarah? Have you got any of those Zoom sessions going on at the moment?
We haven't at the moment. To be fair, they've been a little trickier to do online. But having said that, the reason why we talked initially about doing some specific family sessions, and in the end we didn't end up doing it, because basically the kids can join in with any of them anyway, and because you can book a class online. And you can have as many people as can fit in your room on that one class, can't you?
Yeah. So you're probably going to do.
So the kids can join in anyway, because there's nothing that's going to be harmful to them. And there's also where you tend to find then there's no pressure on them. You're not being forced to come in and they to come and join in.
Yeah, tootling in and out. That's what we did a DVD. And Robin was.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, my little boy, he says he doesn't like yoga, but then actually there's loads of things he does do that's yoga. He just doesn't realise it's yoga.
Exactly, yeah.
He says he doesn't like yoga because like Mummy's like, come on, let's go and do some yoga. And he's like, I don't like yoga. Whereas my little girl, she's like yoga all the time. She just loves it. But I think part of that is because she's doing it with me, and
exactly,
doing it with me, yeah.
Oh, that's so.
We do family sessions. Tend to. I mean, we'll be doing those sort of like when we've been out in the real world.
In the world,
and they'd be really nice. And they tend to be like a shorter session. And here's someone coming in now. And so
mini yogi.
Yeah, but we can do that. But then I do have actually what I have been doing specifically targeting children. Hi, Yoga.
Hello.
Is through my other site, through Breathe Education. So what I've been doing on my other site is I've been putting some little clips on Instagram and Facebook and onto my YouTube channel as well. Just really short practices.
Yeah.
Some of them are just guided meditations, like 5 minutes or so, nothing long. Guided meditations, but also some really short practices again, just to get people moving in their body. But that's aimed at children and young people. But having said that, it's nice to do. The adults can do it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just that I talk like I'm talking to a child, so it sounds a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. I teach you talk to me the same way. Yeah.
But I've got like me teacher voice on for that. But yeah, so they've been really nice because they're really short as well, so you can just kind of stick them on, do a bit of movement. It's just a nice little way of just moving your body, especially if you're doing your homeschooling and just want to take a few minutes out and you don't really do Joe Wicks because it's like half an hour of actually killing hard work.
Yeah.
But but like 5, they've been great then. But yeah, they're just like little short sessions, and which might be a nice little intro as well. And you probably find a lot of it is stuff that you probably do already. You just don't realise that it's yoga or it's mindfulness.
Exactly, yeah. Stretching before and after sessions, there's loads of the stuff that that's actually yoga when you've been to when I've been to a class. So just finally, tell us where can they find you then? What's your web address? I'm assuming that you can find everything from your website, links through to Facebook.
So everything linked. Actually, if I just give you one, and then it links through to both.
Yes.
So my web address is sarahss.yoga.
Yep.
So that's really straightforward. sarahss.yoga.
Yeah, I'll put it on the end of the on the footage at the end so people can.
And on that website as well, that can also link into. But my other one, actually, breatheeducation.co.uk. But you can get everything through sarahss.yoga or breatheeducation.co.uk.
Brilliant.
Is the children young? Is the schools children
and
teaching people?
Great. Well, see, this is it. This is what we're working mums. This is how we roll. We've got kids coming in, you know, we've got we're ironing at the same time. I'm saying that I'm do ironing. I don't iron.
I don't know. No, that's been a bonus of lockdown.
Yeah.
No ironing.
I just don't do ironing anyway. I just if it doesn't sort itself out after the wash, it's not going to get bought. That's pretty much it. Or if I can put it on and my body kind of takes the creases out of it within about 10 minutes, I'll have it. Otherwise, never wearing it again.
Yeah.
But hey, Sarah, thanks so much for that. And anybody obviously who wants to know a little bit more about it, I'm assuming can get in touch with you through the website.
Yeah, we've got a beginners course starting on Saturday, actually tomorrow, which is the 23rd, is it?
Yeah.
So 40 beginners yoga.
Yeah.
That's with the Mill Studios. So
okay.
Mill Studios Tribe Hot Yoga, same group, but it's booking through the Mill Studios, Bolton. So
okay.
Tomorrow.
And that starts tomorrow, a new beginners class.
Beginners course, yeah.
Right, wicked. All right then, cool. Well, hopefully some people, why not try it out? You know, why not try it? We can't do much else. It's only beneficial, isn't it? It doesn't have any negative concepts. I mean, you don't really see a lot of people in hospital due to a yoga related injury.
I've never heard anybody out of yoga and said that was dreadful.
Exactly. So why not give it a shot? Okay there, Oka, I saw your wonderful tiger picture. It is so good. Go on then, show everybody your tiger picture. You're 7, aren't you, Oka? Show it.
The tiger one. And
check that out.
I drew this one when I was 3.
Wow. Amazed. Wow. Oh, look at those eyes. Oh, you're good at drawing. That's excellent. And you like yoga as well, don't you, Oka? Yeah, I've seen you on your photographs and videos with your mummy.
I sometimes help her too.
Yeah, your mummy's just been telling us all about it. So in case other people want to have a try of it. So I'm going to say goodbye to you guys now. Thanks for showing us your pictures and coming to join in. Thanks, Sarah. Appreciate it, love. Yeah, good. Yeah, maybe we'll see you soon. You never know.
Yeah, if anyone's got any questions, they can send me a message or emails on the website. So
yeah, and if you get stuck, you can message me and I'll put you through. No probs. All right, guys. Right, well, I'll catch you later. And thanks very much. Thanks for watching, everybody. And hopefully you got some interesting information there. And give it a shot. Why not? It really can't hurt. It really can't. Okay. See you later then. Thanks, Sarah. Bye, love. Bye.